Keeping track and logs of the equipment that has been taken by the employees is a huge hassle by the workers working in any kind of department, whether it's government or private. As we know, in companies, employees need some equipments for their requirements, and there is a department in every office where these equipments are kept and stored. Now, there are workers who assign the equipments to the employees and keep the log of their expected return date. And when the employee is unable to return, he or she send them email. But this is a traditional or orthodox process. Now, how we can make this process more advanced? We can use an equipment checkout system. Hi, I'm Gaurav from KnowHow Academy. Now, the reason behind why an equipment checkout system is required. The answer is simple. It makes the worker's job more easier for keeping the logs of the equipments. Not only that, he can send the notification to the employee for the overdue date of the return date. Now, to create an equipment checkout system, we can take the help of PowerApps. So, before moving further, let me tell you what you are going to learn in this video. In this video, we are going to create an equipment checkout system in PowerApps by using SharePoint as our data source. We will use the checkout and return form conditionally for the checking out of the equipment and the return. And after that, we will create a Power Automate flow to send the notification to the employee whose return date is overdue. So I have created a SharePoint list named equipment checkout. So first, I have created a single line of text column, which is employee name. Second is our equipment type, which is a choice type column. And here I have defined some choices here. Then I have taken the checked out date column, in which I am storing the checked out date, and default value is today's date when the record is added. After that is our expected return date, which is also a date type column. Then a multi-line of text for notes. Then our status column, which is either checked out or returned. The default value will be checked out. And in the email, I am storing the employee's email. Here our SharePoint list is ready, and I have added a sample record. Now we need to create our application, so I will go to my PowerApps and create a blank application. I will name it Equipment Checkout App. After that, I will click Create. So first, in the screen 1, I will display my dashboard, which will be Equipment Dash. Then I will take a rectangle for the heading. Now I will take the text label for the header. I will write equipments or checked out equipments. The font size I will increase to 21. Font weight I will give it bold, and color I will set to white. After that, I will copy the rectangle again, drag it downwards. Then I will take a gallery to display my records from my SharePoint list. So here I will search SharePoint. Then I will select my SharePoint site and my list, which is equipment checkout. After that, I will drag it downwards. I will change the layout here. Instead of title, I will display employee name. Font size, I will increase it to 17. I will reduce the width of our label. Then copy, paste. Here I will show equipment type, choice type column, so dot value. Then our date, which is checked out date. Then our expected return date. Now here I have set my columns to display the records. Now I will take the label. So our first label will be employee. Font size I will increase to 17. Font weight to semi-bold. Font color to white. Now I will copy the label again. Here I will write equipment. After that, it will be the checked out date and expected return date. So now our labels are also ready. Now we need to create another screen where we can simply check out and return our items. So for that, I will create a new blank screen. The screen name will be checkout details. I will copy the rectangle, paste again, then paste the label. Also, we will add a back arrow for navigating backwards. In the advanced section, I will select on select and navigate to our equipment dash. Also, I will set the icon color to white. Now we need a form here, so I will select the edit form from equipment checkout SharePoint list. I will drag my form downwards. We don't need title, so I will simply remove it from our fields. We need another field here, which is status. Now we will adjust the width and height of our notes because it's a multi-line of text. So I have increased the size and the mode is multi-line. I will increase the height of our form and I will drag the email field on the above. Then I will add a button for submitting our form. I will drag it here. In the display I will write submit. On select I will submit my form 1. So on my form success I will simply notify a message equipment details saved successfully, where notification type will be .success and duration will be 1000 ms. And after success I must navigate to equipment dash. Also in the item section we need to add a reference, so I will write lookup our SharePoint list where id is equal to our gallery1 dot selected dot id. So here our reference is set. Now we need to select the form mode, so for that I will go backwards and create a variable. So here we need to add a button first. I will change the text checkout equipment. In the on select I will navigate to our equipment details, but before that we will create a variable which will be where form for our form and it will be new. So I have also write an action reset form 1 because it is our new form. Now here we have this arrow. Instead of this arrow we can use a button for navigation. I will use this arrow only, and here I will set my variable where form to edit and navigate to our equipment details. After that I will go back to my equipment details screen, checkout details screen, and here in the form default mode I will add an if condition. So I will write if open the bracket where form is equal to edit, then our form mode will be edit, and if where form is equal to new, then our form mode will be dot new. After adding this condition I will format the condition. And one more thing, when we are checking out we don't want to display the status and notes. So for that I will add a visibility condition in our these two fields. In its visible property I will set where form is equal to edit, and status will also where form is equal to edit, and rest for our fields it should be new. So expected return date visible properties, here it will be where form new. I will copy the condition. Email visible where form new. Employee name. So we have added our condition for our status and notes. Now to test that we will preview and go backward. When I click on edit, here I am seeing the status, and when I check out a new equipment I am unable to see the status column and notes. So now I will add a new record. Then I will select the equipment type. Checked out date I want it to be default date if I am adding a new record. So for that here I will unlock it, and in the default in the data card value 4 the default date will be parent.default if our where form is equal to edit, else it will be today, and its visibility condition should be false. Now the default date is already selected. I will add the email and add the expected return date. Click on OK and click on submit. So here I have gotten our notification equipment details saved successfully, and here our record has been added. Now I want to do one more thing. Now as you can see we can see the laptop and projector in our equipment type, but these two equipments are checked out. So we should not be able to see these two. So for filtering we can take the help of our collection. So for that first I will copy this choices and I will go to my app on start. I will create a new collection. So I will write clear collect. My list will be EQP list, and here the value will be the choices of our equipment type. After that I will click run on start and see our collection So here is our collection. Now in the drop down in the items, I will write filter. Then our collection EQP list is blank. Lookup EQP list, comma, lookup equipment checkout, which is our list. Then our column equipment type dot value is equal to value. When I format it and click on preview, go backwards, click on checkout equipment. Now as you can see, we are able to see only those equipments which are not checked out. So I will test by adding a new record again. Here when I select printer, then I will enter my email, then I will add the expected return date and click on submit. So here our record is added, and in the equipment type I can see only two equipments which are available and not checked out. Now we can make a little more advancement. So for that, here I will change the status to returned. Click on submit. When I click on checkout, I am unable to see the laptop again as it is returned. So for that, in our condition, status dot value is equal to checked out. So when I preview, here I am able to see the laptop, and in our gallery I will display only those records which are checked out. So for that, I will click here filter, status dot value is equal to checked out, and done. So here here we can only see those records which are checked out, and in the equipment type data drop down we can see only those equipments which are not checked out. Now this is how you can create an equipment checkouts application in PowerApps. Also, we want to do one more advanced thing, which is send an email to the employee when our expected return date is greater than equal to today. So for that, we need to go to our Power Automate, and we will create a new automated cloud flow. I will skip the trigger. I will turn off the new designer. Here, I will select the trigger, schedule, then select recurrence. It will run every day. Time zone will be this time zone. So I have selected the time zone. Then the start time, I will select a date which will be 2025. The month will be current month, and the date will be the date before today. Then the time zone. So I will select T06 colon 15 colon 00 colon 00, then 000 Z. Then I will select the R. So I will select the time to morning 9 o'clock, and I will get the items from our SharePoint list. First I will select my SharePoint site, then my list, which is equipment checkout. Now in our get items I will add a filtered query. So first I will write format date time, then I will write UTC now, and the date time format which will be YYYY hyphen MM in capital, then DD. After that I will click OK. I will keep it in our single quotes because it is for comparison. Greater than equal to, here is our column which is expected return date. Then I will paste, and the status value is equal to checked out. Then I will send the email to the employee. So I will write send an email v2. In the to section I will add the dynamic content which is email. In the subject, please return the equipment. Then I will write there space employee name, you checked out, and you checked out an equipment, then equipment type value on, then our date which will be checked out date, and expected to return on. I will add expected return date. So please return it as soon as possible. Then I will simply change the name of our flow, which will be send equipment return reminder, and click on save. Now our flow has been saved successfully, and you can simply test it. So for testing it, first we need to change our record here. So I will change this record expected return date to be current date. So here I will set it to our current date. Now it is matching our condition for the filter query. So to test that, I will go and manually test my flow. I will run my flow, and here we can see our flow has ran successfully and it has sent an email. So I will go and check my email. So here I have gotten my email. There, my name, you checked out an equipment printer on 2025 115 and expected to return on 2025 115. So please return it as soon as possible. So this is how you can send the notification to your employees. So in this video, we learned how to create an equipment checkout app in your PowerApps. Then we use the visibility condition in our form for both edit and add. Then we created a Power Automate flow to send the email notification to the employees whose equipment return date is overdue.
So thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.